Mark Robinson is revising his defamation lawsuit against CNN, changing the language to say that he is seeking $50 million to just $25,000. But what does that mean? So we're here with WRAL state government reporter Will Doran to break it down for us. Will, so Robinson is lowering his demands by millions of dollars. What do you make of that?
That's actually a pretty normal move for a lawsuit like this. Here in North Carolina, anytime you want to sue somebody for lots of money, you simply say that you want at least $25,000. And what that does is it gets you into superior court before a jury, and then it's up to the jury to decide how much, if anything, you actually deserve.
Okay, so why did Robinson's lawsuit originally ask for $50 million?
That's a great question, and it's actually one that had a lot of legal experts scratching their heads, as we reported last week. It's also led to one of the people who he's suing already asking a judge to throw out Robinson's lawsuit. That defendant's lawyers said the lawsuit looked more like a press release than a legitimate legal complaint, and they pointed to that $50 million figure as proof of that, among other factors.
So still remains to be seen what a judge makes of those new changes. Beyond that, what's next? Will we learn anything new with this lawsuit from now until Election Day?
Probably not. Robinson filed this lawsuit about a month after the reporting on his alleged porn habits, and by the time he did file it, there were only a few weeks until the election. State law gives those sued a month to respond, so it's pretty unlikely that we'll know much else before the election.
All right, Will, thank you so much. And for more coverage of the governor's race and all our 2024 elections, go to NC Capital section of WRAL.com.